So I can't be the only one wondering why this man is standing in a bush. Like, he got this whole wide open area and he decides to stand in a mere bush. Like,
My God, what's wrong with you?
hey, what's good, YouTube? Before we get into the video, you already know I have to acknowledge the fact that we hit 500 subs on the channel not too long ago. And honestly, this is a pretty huge milestone for me because now we are literally halfway to 1,000. 1,000, bro. I know, it sounds crazy. And I can't thank y'all enough for the ongoing support and making this even possible to begin with. Of course, this is just the beginning and the grind for sure is going to continue as we hit bigger milestones. So, huge kudos to y'all for that. Anyways, in today's video, as you guys see by the title, I got y'all with another great build. And yes, it is related to the recent Season 3 DLC, DMS Kakashi. Fun fact, this is going to be the first DLC build on this channel. All the other previous builds on this channel were all non-DLC. Not a single DLC build, which is kind of interesting. And you already know your build plug grind is coming clutch with the heat again. But man, has it been a while since I dropped the last build video. Nah, seriously. But without further ado, let's get to this build. So for this range build, literally all you will need is the DMS Kakashi DLC, which I'm assuming most people already have. Now, this DLC is actually not that bad if you really think about it, cause the jutsu itself is really effective if you pay attention to its descriptions. So first, the ninja tool will be either Boruto Sasuke's sword, which is DLC. If you don't have it, just use the Kusanagi sword because it is just as effective and matches exactly in stats, so it doesn't really matter. For the ninja tool, really simple, just go with the Demon Wind Shuriken. You guys already know this is normally the automatic choice for me for any range build because y'all know how lethal it is. Now, as far as the skills go, this is important. So starting from the top, make sure you got Power in Spades. Then for the middle skill, put Clear Mind. And for the bottom skill, go ahead and put Battle Hardened. Next, onto the ninjutsu. Really simple. Just replicate DMS Kakashi's exact DLC ninjutsu set, Kamui Bond and Kamui Lightning Blade, but use the ink clone for substitution. And for the secret technique, you could just keep the Kamui Shuriken, or you can choose any other OP special technique that you like. Now onto breaking this build down. So the main factor that really makes this a top-notch build is the skill choice, because without these skills, it would probably be just an average build considering the fact that the ninjutsu choice is all from one DLC character. Anyways, starting from the top skill, the reason for Power in Spades is that it boosts all ninjutsu damage besides status ailment jutsu, and logically anybody would choose the skill because obviously you want to deal more damage to your opponents, which increases the chance of knocking them out faster, especially when you team up. Then the middle skill, Clear Mind, reduces ninjutsu cooldown, which means of course you can use ninjutsu more frequently, and this is also really useful if your ninjutsu has a long cooldown rate, just like the ones for this build. And lastly, for the accessory skill, which is quite useful, Battle Hardened gives you a small health bonus after you KO an enemy and makes it possible to survive at least a little longer. Now, I'm going to cover why the ninjutsu are really effective for this build. So first, Kamui Bond. Now, I'm sure you have recently witnessed many players use this a lot for barrier battles, flag battles, and base battles to make them invulnerable to attacks, much like Obito's Kamui Climax ability. And I know it's one of the best reasons to use it, but I feel like there are other useful reasons to use it that people don't really pay attention to. For example, it increases attack power, movement speed, jumping ability, making you jump higher, and it also reduces ninjutsu cooldown. In other words, it boosts almost all your stats for that certain period of time, as well as reduces ninjutsu reload time. Like, bruh, you literally have the Clear Mind skill equipped that already reduces jutsu cooldown, plus the same effect from Kamui Bond making it double the cooldown reduction. Unless for some odd reason they only register that ability once, but this is just what I'm assuming. But overall, combining these stat boosts with the fact that you already have a ninjutsu damage enhancing skill makes it all that better. Now, for the second ninjutsu, Kamui Lightning Blade, you might think it's just like any other Lightning Blade or Chidori, but this one actually packs a punch and lowers the enemy's defense, which is a big deal if you ask me, because now they're prone to take even more damage than usual afterwards, which is why you should continue physically attacking them, especially with a nearby teammate. It also nullifies their attacks while using it. Now, the reason the substitution is the ink clone is because rather than affecting only one stat of the enemy, it has a chance of affecting two, which is attack and defense, by lowering it. And last but not least, the secret technique. Like I said, the Kamui Shuriken isn't all that crazy. It's kinda similar to Sasuke's Susanoo secret technique and shares the same stat, but it's still effective enough to knock out a couple of enemies. So overall, this build is a versatile range build as it includes a lot of stat boosts and it does a great amount of damage. I'm sure it can be effective in some way for every match type, especially combat battles or even survive battles where it can be the most efficient, because after all, it's a pretty aggressive range build if you ask me. But yeah, that brings me to the end of this build breakdown. Go ahead and try this build for yourself and I assure you that you won't regret it. Besides that, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If y'all did, please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications. It helps me a lot, and let me know what you guys think down below. Now that we hit the 500 subscribers milestone, our next main goal is the big 1000, the big 1K, and until then, I'm gonna continue grinding for you guys. Also, more great builds are on the way, so be on the lookout for that. But as usual, thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Grxnd Sensei, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.